Hey everyone, my name is Brandon, aka Smart Home Sellout, and today we're going to be talking about the Apollo AIR-1 and going over a couple of different options that you have with the AIR-1, such as the GPIO header add-on or the optional SCD40 CO2 sensor add-on. Alright, let's get into it.
All right, everyone. So this is our Apollo Air 1 device. You can see inside there's a RGB LED. There is the optional SCD40 CO2 sensor here, and we will open it in just a moment and see a little bit more. We also have the USB-C port and the button closest to the USB-C port is the boot button. The one next to it is the reset button. Those are useful for factory resetting firmware. The reset button kind of acts as a like a reboot button. All right, and this is the back of the case. You can see Apollo written on it as well. So normally this should be sitting like this, face up. That way the LED is more, there's three LEDs, are more visible inside of here. All right, so to open this up, you can lift up here, and if it's a little too tough for you, you can use some kind of a gentle prying tool and just kind of gently pop the top off there. And then this will kind of slide up here like this. And at this point, I'm actually going to flip this over, and you can see that we have our cute little dog logo here. Uh, you can see that this PCB will just gently slide out if you need to slide it out for a swap of anything. At the bottom here, we have the Sensorion Sen 55. This is the actual uh, workhorse of the Air 1 that does most of the air quality monitoring, like the PM sensors and the VOC index. We also, let's go ahead and slide this off here. We also have a couple of interesting options on our PCB here. We have this little mezzanine connector, and what this allows you to do is add a GPIO header add-on, and so that's what this is right here. And all we need to do is look at the X in this corner and then match up the X here. So now we know that it needs to sit like this, and then we will very gently, I'm going to pull the PCB up here, very gently push down, and you can see how it seats just like that. And then we also have our optional acidity-40 CO2 sensor here, and this is using the second mezzanine connector. And again, we will match up the X's as we see here, and then very gently push that down. Now that we have this GPIO header add-on, we can no longer use the stock lid or top of the case. However, we now have this secondary case, and all we need to do is gently flip it back over this way, and it'll only go in one way, folks. So all you have to do is just gently slide in, and it slides inside of these little rails, so it can kind of only go in one way. And you can tell that you did it correctly if you see this is a nice flush fit here, and you of course want to make sure that the GPIO header is still connected. And then we are just going to match up to make sure that we're pushing down in the same direction. And then of course you want to make sure that everything is sitting nice and flat. And we now have the optional SCD40 CO2 sensor inside of there, as well as the GPIO header add-on. That allows us to add some extra functionality, whether you want to add a small LED strip. We actually have a wiki article inside of our wiki for that, for the MSR2, but it'll work for the Air 1 as well. And yeah, this is our Air 1. All right. Thanks again, y'all. Have a good day.